Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Superman for the Nintendo Entertainment System. In the last video, we got a bit of stuff done regarding Chapter 2 of this game, and we also got some of our power-ups more usage. We ended up getting some power extensions, so that way we can use more of our superpowers more extensively. We can use them more often. And while we were doing this, we actually did everything that we needed to do for the plot. We went to the fish market. We went to... Where did we go? I know we went to the fish market, we went to One LexCorp Plaza, and we went to the Metropolis Bank. Turns out you were supposed to go over there to those three places the entire time. Because, here's the thing. In level 1, all the places where I found the power-up extensions to increase the maximum amount of times I can use superpowers, I just kind of had to know where they were and just go over to all those places outside of where I needed to go to advance the plot. Well, in Chapter 2, you'll be advancing a plot and getting all those upgrades at the same time. So, that's why. Now, you're probably wondering how you're supposed to know that you need to go to those three places. Where are we? We're in Centerville. We need to keep heading to the west, to the stock market, because, well, that's where I was intending to go anyway. Which means I'm going to have to fight a lot of enemies forward and back. So, here we go. We've already beaten up some guys with whips. We're going to have to deal with some more NPCs who I'm pretty sure we've already talked to along the way. There's some more zombies. Might as well go ahead and keep picking up power-up refills just so I know I'm topped up on everything. Because, let's face it, I should be. All I just need is X-ray vision, and I should be able to do this. There's Metropolis Bank, but we need to head further west to the stock market. So we're going to head further west to the stock market. And I'd rather do this without a zombie running into me. Oh. I froze him. Okay. And I didn't get that, but that's okay. This should be the stock market. It's just west of the Metropolis Bank. And if you go in here, you can actually talk to people. Why did stock prices drop so much? At the fish market in the old city, everyone is worried about their stock. Mount Royal's Glenmorgan Square also seems to be in a slump. And these two guys with the sunglasses, the FBI, you will be seeing them a couple times throughout the game. We are the FBI. According to the FBI, the Dragon's gang seems to have caused the stock slump. Believe it or not, there's only one place to go to, and that's the Chinatown district of Metropolis. And there's a specific place that you have to go to. I just need to find out where it is. And turns out, it's in T-Borough, I think. You have to go to China Garden, which I believe we passed by earlier in the chapter. So, here we are again. We're going to have to head further to the east. We're going to have to go all the way back to where we were. Just to get back to where we were originally. And if enemies would stop running into me, that would be great. Now if I can just refill on Super Breath too. That's a start. So where am I? Okay, we're near Centerville. We need to get back on the subway. And then we need to head east from there. Just like we're heading east now. Just to get to the Tiny Garden from the T-Borough subway stop. Alright. Getting the good stuff here, which is what I need, basically. So that's how you find. That's how you're supposed to find out how you are supposed to do what you're supposed to do at this point in the game. I just had notes as to where all the stuff was, as far as upgrades for the superpowers were. Anyway, let's go ahead and go take the subway back to T-Borough. And we will be run over by a zombie as soon as we head over there. Unless we somehow are rather discreet about it and we just head to the right immediately. And here is China Garden. We need to go in here. And we also need to equip the heat vision because we're going to need it. As soon as you go in, you're going to have to face members of the China Gang. So be ready to jump these guys as soon as they show up. They may jump over you. Be ready to hit this big guy with heat vision. And when you get him close to the wall, be ready to punch him repeatedly too. It's a lot easier to punch him when he's near the wall. You definitely want to keep that in mind, especially if you run out of heat vision, because you want to hit him with that too. So get the guy towards the wall, heat vision, and punch him to death. That's basically it. And when you beat this guy, you will end Chapter 2 and you'll get yourself a newspaper headline. Superman wins again. Dragon Gang arrested. And Professor kidnapped during lecture, said to be one of world's top scientists. So welcome to Chapter 3. We have more health. We have an attack power of 440 this time and a defense of 220. So we can do a lot more with our punches now. And we have a new thing to do. Get the copy about the professor's kidnapping. And if you talk to Lois Lane, you'll find out where you need to go next. There are 2 colleges in Metropolis. Mount Royal is Nordham U. Andersonville is Metropolis U. Those are the 2 places you want to go to next. Ghosts have been seen at both colleges. Help! And we will help. And as soon as we leave Daily Planet, we'll be surrounded by gangsters again. The zombies will not be here this time, which is good because the zombies were pretty darn fast. Now we need to turn into Superman, and I believe we need to take the subway north. We just need to get into subway. And the subway is going to be right here. So we need to take that because I don't feel like flying. I mean, I can fly, but it's hard to refill it unless you're able to go into a building where you know you can fight some good enemies that are easy to take down. Anyway, we just had some guy run into us. And if you keep heading to the right, to the east, you should head to Mount Royal. I might as well head there first because it's closer. And this leads to Newtown. This subway line does. I'm not going to use it for the time being. I'm not sure if I ever go to Newtown. Well, there's this area. Pretty sure we've been here before. Glenmorgan Square. Yep, we've been there. We have been there before. Matter of fact, we had to go there during Chapter 2. And if we keep going to the right, we should be able to find one of the two universities. Matter of fact, it'll be further to the right of here. And we're seeing normal enemies and not ghosts. Even though ghosts should clearly be here. Northern University. Turns out there's a reason for that. It is possible to fight the ghosts here in Chapter 1, and you'll complete this part ahead of time before you even enter Chapter 3. So if you didn't get the ghosts you're taking care of, and you got that heat vision extension, you can still get it at this point. It just so happens you have to do it at this point in the game in order to advance with the plot. So, there's that. So now, we need to head to Andersonville. We're going to need to go ahead and head over there if we want to fight ghosts. Because we're going to have to do that. We need to head to Metropolis University, and it's going to be right there in Andersonville, as Lois Lane said. So what are we waiting for? Let's go ahead and get there. And I'm back at Glenmore again, but that's okay. Not sure why there are cats on the roof there, but okay. Anyway, this is a good place to look for health in case I need it, because something tells me I'm gonna need it in some parts of this. And he just jumped right into me. Great. Thanks. How am I doing? I should be back where... Yeah, I'm back where I took the subway earlier. There's some health. Good. I was needing it. And there's even more health, which I was still needing. And there's super spin even though I don't need it. And stop! I wish they would not put enemies so close to the side. It would really help with getting around sometimes. Where am I? Harmony music. Okay, we need to head further to the west in order to get to the university. The other university. Stop it. Don't need to grab that, that's bad. Do need to grab that, that's good. There's the Palace Disco, which we don't need to go to unless we really need to fill up on Heat Vision and Super Flight, which I'm not going to need either of at the moment. And this, I think, should be... Yep, Metropolis University. Once again, you'll meet the FBI here. According to the FBI, we may be able to see the monster using X-ray vision. We figured that out at Northern University near Mount Royal. In case you haven't fought the ghosts yet, use X-ray vision to see them. After that, just have them slowly come towards you and then punch them as they approach. According to the FBI, the police seem to know something about the kidnapped professor. Which means we need to head to T-Borough. Which means we need to head further west and take the subway. And these guys are here, and they just take one punch now. These guys, who I'm assuming are just evil martial artists of some sort, are just easy to take down in one stop. Every time. Every single time. As I was saying, the evil martial artists, I'm assuming they're evil martial artists, just take one punch to the feet, which makes them almost as good as the gangsters when it comes to getting stuff you need to farm for. And we need to get to the subway. We need to get to the subway that is further to the west. Hey, health. And the subway should be right here. That will take us to T-Borough. Once we reach T-Borough, we need to go to the police station and talk to whoever is there. And this is the police station. So let's get in there and talk to people. And there seems to be just this guy. Someone saw a man near Centennial Park who looked like the kidnapped professor. And we now have a help icon in the upper right corner of the screen, and if you check the map, it'll be right here next to Centennial Park. So we need to go back on the subway, head east, and then take the subway again when we see it. That will take us to Centennial Park if we don't want to fly. So it's now time for us to head our way east again. Alright. Need to start fighting the gangsters again if we want to get anywhere. Unfortunately. We're past the holography museum. I'm assuming that's a holography museum. We're past this building we can't enter. We're beating up the bad guys as we do it. And now it's time to beat up the martial artists. These guys are really easy to take care of at this point in the game. Then we'll have to make our way past the Metropolis University and the FBI agents. And then we're going to have to head further east until we see the subway. So not a bad game as long as you are used to controls and you know what to do, but be prepared to make a map in case you don't have the internet or don't want to use the internet and you don't know where everything is. Anyway, here's the subway again. Just should take us to Centennial Park. I'll need to beat up an enemy that shows up on the screen, and then, or I can just talk to this woman. Yep, we are where we need to be. I want to fly too. I find it weird you're saying that. I took the subway. I guess the game expects you to use flight all the time. That's strange. Is Centennial Park really in Metropolis? Yes. Yes, it is. I'm heading there. Metropolis is really scary. You're telling me. Anyway, we need to head further to the west. And there should be a ladder that we need to go down. Before I do that, though, I do want to show off this place. This is the entrance to Centennial Park. Only problem is, you can't go in there by pressing down anywhere here. you actually can't enter the park proper, sadly. However, there is this ladder here that leads into the sewers. We need to go down it. You can only get off a ladder by climbing all the way down it. Now here, you're going to have to deal with the gangsters, and you will have to take some hits against your own will just to get through that little narrow corridor. Keep going right until you can't go right anymore. You should see a ladder at the dead end. Matter of fact, we've reached a dead end. We need to take this ladder, and we need to take it to the right. We need to take this path to the right, I should say. You want to go down here. Don't need to beat up the enemies if you can help it, but if you go down here, you'll find the missing professor. J. Falk forced me to put the evil mind in a huge computer. Who is J. Falk? I feel like I should know who that is. Well, J. Falk, I believe, is from the movies. And I'm trying to remember which one he's from. Matter of fact, he's in the comments, too. Basically, J. Falk is a mobster, and he's in the movies as well as the comics. He was in the comics at around the time that the game came out, so there's that. Something must be done, or Lost Webster will control the computers of the world. Lost Webster is actually Ross Webster. And Ross Webster is the main villain in Superman 3, but they mistranslate his name as Lost Webster. He's the head of Websco Industries and one of the wealthiest industrialists in the world. And yeah, he ended up being the villain in Superman 3. Hurry and destroy the huge computer. And from here, we need to make our way back up. Which means we'll have to deal with the gangsters again. And the ladders stink because you have to be on the ground to use them. You can't grab them in midair. You actually have to go out of your way to get to the floor, get to the bottom of the ladder, and then climb your way up manually. Also, the enemies in here do not give you power-ups when you defeat them, which can make dealing with them a bit of a drag. So when I get back up here, I'm going to have to beat up enemies to get health back. Now, thankfully, that's pretty easy to do because there is there should be a telephone booth that allows me to do just that. So, let me go ahead and fight some gangsters. And I should be able to refill on health. This may take more than one pass, depending on how lucky I am. And I did not get the blue kryptonite the third time around, so I'm going to have to go back and start again. Come on. Just one more. So I wouldn't have filled it up anyway. I would have had to come back. Perfect. Let's get back to this little telephone booth here. Turn back into Superman and then call it a video. So, we need to head to the computer center in order to destroy the computer and stop Jay Falk and Ross Webster's plans. Or mainly just Ross Webster's. But that will have to wait until the next video. So join me next time where we head to the computer center and hopefully we should be able to stop the computer there. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!